Can you let me know now, mate?
Yeah, let us know if that works. Hey guys, we got from Craig's cabin and Brian. So I wanted to quickly watch. Look at this. Who do you reckon that is? Let's go right.
We've got that's pretty cool, man. So, and he did let it go. I'll say to people, it was a catch and release, but that's pretty impressive.
Yeah,
very impressive.
So he's made it onto
Thanks, Ryan. Thank you.
Made it onto the news and the papers all over the country, eh, Michael?
Yeah.
It's been pretty awesome, pretty impressive catch.
Pretty hard.
Yeah.
Took you a while to get it on the beach?
Yeah, a little while. It was harder getting it out quickly. Like that photo was taken, I had the bolt cutter pliers just really quickly get it back in the water. It was probably only there for a minute before it was back in swimming away. Had to swim it back out. It was a bit full on, but
I wanted to actually point out on that one too. The photo shows it on the beach. Michael's actually told me that this was taken pretty much as the wave receded. So that was still in the water, but the wave has receded and gone back out. He's taken his photo and then they've tangled it and dehooked it and actually swum it out. So that was just wanted to clear that up. It wasn't even on the beach for what about not even a minute, you reckon, on the beach. So
and where was it? Where did you get it?
Just down the road in Falcon.
Oh yeah, so near the cut. Yeah, because I just did it. Oh, it'll be for you guys. It's tomorrow because I'll be releasing it tomorrow. But it's where I did the video with the cut. It's just down from there, so it's right in the middle of Mandurah. Yeah.
Yes.
You'll see tomorrow. But I was doing my pre-intro and Hoops pulled up on the side of the road. So it's
I was driving past at the time actually, and I was like, "Oh, there's a dude filming." And then I seen the bike and I went, "Oh, that's mad dog!" I had to like spin around and go and catch up with him.
I'm in the car today because it's pouring with rain. It's a horrible day.
Yeah.
Janet's got her exam, but she said take the car. She'll get the Uber. Otherwise, I'd be dripping wet right now.
All right, we got some comments there. Hey guys, from On Point Adventures. Hey guys, Craig's cabin. We always promote Craig's cabin on my channel, and Paul's now got on board and he's doing the same thing. So check out that guy. He's a legend. We've got Brian, and yeah, it's coming through loud and clear, which is pretty cool.
So some questions, guys. We need to keep this conversation going.
Yeah, throw us some questions on probably on my YouTube one because I don't know how to get the questions up on my Facebook, but we still got people going. But we'll leave that running, and on Paul's YouTube. But I did actually want to ask you some questions, so we'll we can roll some. But yeah, I want to know about your bikes because I love bikes and I've got my license and I've had road bikes and things like that. But I want to what is your favourite bike that you've ever driven?
Oh, man, see, now that's a hard one because I love every single bike I've ever ridden, except, I won't say that. But there's one bike, but that's only the riding position that I didn't like. But every bike I've ever owned, I've loved. And there's people ask me, what should I get? What should I get? And I said, well, you just get what you get on. You know, I've never chosen a bike except for the Octane that you guys all know. I've never chosen a bike. And even that bike sort of chose me. I was
going to say that, the bike chose you. Yeah.
That I was just in the shop. The first day they opened the shop to the public, I was in there and I was looking at the Octane and I knew,
is that the Triumph?
No, the Indian Victory, but they're shut down.
Yeah, it's the last of the kind, isn't it? Yeah.
So, mine came out of the crate the day they cancelled the brand. So that's why the number plate, the last V.
Yeah.
But, I was just in the shop and the guy... I knew him through people, and he said, "Oh, Paul, take it for a ride." I said, "No, man, I'm into my sports bikes. I've always been over the tank. I've never sat upright." And he said, "Look, we just want your opinion. So how about you take it for the weekend?" So about 40 of us went up to Jurien Bay, and by the time we got to Hillary's, the missus was shaking her head because she knew we just spent 20 grand. So mine came out of the crate. Mine came out of the crate, built for me from America. So
What about Harleys? You ever owned a Harley?
No, mate.
You driven them? Ridden them?
I've ridden a couple, but older ones. I haven't ridden the new ones.
Yeah.
And I'm no mechanic, but the Harley Davidson throttle has got a bit of, you hit the throttle and there's a bit of a delay. Where mine, I touch that throttle and I'm being pushed off the back of the bike. Man, there's a lot of people love Harleys, so there must be something there, but it's just not what but you never know what's going to happen in the future.
That's right, definitely. That's cool.
And the KLR, you've all seen, well, everyone on my channel's seen the KLR. That one's getting built for the big ride, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
I've got a
touch on that one, yeah.
VF750F 82 model, which was the answer to Katana, the Honda's answer to Katana. Katana brought out, when that first came out, that was just thrashing everything. There was nothing like it before that, so Honda turned their VF into a VFF, and that thing started, that was competition. But that's in pieces, and it was meant to be rebuilt as a race replica.
All right, and tell everyone the other bike that you like to ride around on your weekends.
I bought the missus a little 49cc scooter, and she never rides it, so I get out there. I'm all leathered up, and I get laughed at. Everyone laughs at me, even when I go and meet the missus for lunch, and I'm taking that for a ride. Even she laughs at me, but Hoops will tell you that's just my personality. You know, if it makes people laugh, then beauty. I just want everyone to be happy.
It probably costs him about $4 in fuel a week. That's the beauty.
And I don't ride it that much, but
if I had a scooter, I'd ride it too.
And it's fun, man. I always get off that with a grin on my face.
Yeah, we used to like go out in the paddocks and do jumps with them and all sorts of stuff, and ride them double dink up, and like go camping on them.
So if you check my video, my plans for Bangladesh to Mongolia, it's all the 3 bikes are in there. The VF isn't, but the other 3 are in there. To get a bit of an explanation.
Big boy. I don't know who the big boy is, but anyway. Yep. One of us is the big boy. Probably not me. Probably the small. Oh, Jada's the smallest. Oh, Michael's smaller too. No. But none of us are big boys. What else were we going to talk about?
Yeah, well, let's talk about the Tirana, which is another thing on his page. I had a HR on my old page. Let's not talk about the Tirana. It's stopped a bit, has it? Dead tracks.
It's a very, very long process doing up a car, especially when you got a mortgage to pay and cars and paying pretty much everything else off. So I'm always broke, but I have my 1975 LH Tirana that I've had for probably now 4 or 5 years. I actually bought it really cheap off a friend, and it's probably tripled in value just sitting there, so I'm probably never ever going to get rid of it. Actually, the plans for it is to do it up for Kai, my eldest son. When he's old enough, I'm going to give him that one, and I'm going to, if I can afford it, get a little LC or a little LJ Tirana and do it up for my younger son Jarvis and give that one to him, so they're not fighting over who's got what car. But it's been a long process. So I haven't touched it now for probably about a year, maybe a bit less, before the COVID sort of happened. One of my good friends, Joe, he's a panel beater. He comes around and we spend days on it working. But it's just the weather turned pretty much and sort of put it on the back burner for now. But now it's starting to warm up. You should see some more of my videos. That pretty much started my YouTube channel. Was getting the Tirana videos. I noticed a lot of people were subscribing and commenting and watching my videos, so I was pretty keen to keep doing my Tirana videos. But then the COVID happened, the weather changed, and me and Michael started discovering some pretty cool.
You have to check out his channel, guys. It's everything from doing up the car, catching rabbits, cooking rabbits, and caving. They've been discovering all these caves that hadn't been discovered before. And the big one, they found the skull down a cave, or Michael did, and So check out Hoopers Mayhem Aussie Style. It's all on there.
About that skull, I was at work, and Michael dropped his GoPro down it, and he called me up straight away, saying, you have to check out this video. So I checked it out, and you could see a skull on it. So Michael called the Mandurah police station, went down and seen him. They checked out the video. Yeah,
they looked at it and went, "We've got to go down there and set a set of photos and take it away or leave it there, depending." Yeah, but, it was a pretty big mission. Yeah, so
the forensics team actually took him down to the cave, or he took them down to the cave, and then one of the ladies climbed in the cave in a little suit and basically grabbed it, bagged it, and they took away, and we haven't heard anything.
Apparently it was just a fake. It was like a pretty good fake. Somebody tossed it down there. But it had them fooled as well, so you can't really.
But when you said whether they leave it there or not, was it possible that it was an Aboriginal? Is that what they thought? Maybe?
A lot of caves have them in them.
Yeah.
And you just not to touch them.
Yeah.
That's there.
Yeah.
So they normally take photos of them and then send the photo away to their forensic people, and they can tell by like by the structure of the face, and then they leave them there.
Well, that's more than I knew because I've been telling people we don't know if it's a fake or if it's real or what, because I haven't heard we haven't heard from the police, but obviously they would have said that at the time. But
if it was real, we probably wouldn't have been.
Yeah, that's right. So. Yeah, well, it was 2 days later we actually got to go down the cave, but we didn't put it there. So I want to put that out there. That
100% didn't put it there.
Yeah, it was just happened to be something cool that we caught on film.
Michael caught on film. I just want to clear that up.
Yeah, Michael. And he sent it to me, and I was like, "Whoa, check this out!"
And the shark. Steve was at work when the shark happened.
Yeah, so. I posted that on my thing to say I wasn't even there, so I posted it to him. We did a video the week before of shark fishing, but we didn't end up catching anywhere. I got spooled and snapped my line, and Michael got spooled, and then it spit the hooks, and we didn't actually catch anything. But it was like more fun to hang out with these guys, eh? Yeah,
what about the Hoopers? Bloopers reel.
The Hoopers, yeah.
Is it funny watching it
Hoopers
bloopers on the board?
The Hoopers bloopers. And then we went out a couple of days later, and I decided to suit up and try have a go.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I got smashed by the wave, and I was like, "Nah, stuff that." So then Michael actually braved it and ended up going out and putting it out. But so we didn't catch one. But yeah, I put the post up of him catching the shark, and I did say Michael's catch and proud of him and all the cool stuff, and it just went viral. And I don't know, it would have come from obviously the Facebook fishing page that the land-based
I didn't know that media could use your Facebook photos.
Yeah, they can use anything because I did it on my Instagram, so they've seen it on my Instagram.
It's called fair use.
Yeah, public domain.
Unless you copyright it, or however you do it, make it. Yeah. So West Australia, stop doing that.
And I think, have you got a question up there? I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh, yeah, we do. Oh, happy Halloween. What is the most interesting you've found when metal detecting? Oh, that's pretty cool. All right.
Okay.
No, it's here. It should be here somewhere. You keep talking.
Yeah, this is like those cooking shows where you can't shut up. What are we going to talk about? Now, I'll never shut up. Now I'm stuck. He's laughing in the background because I really do never shut up. Where I go on my bikes? Here we get off the KLR. That's a good question. Thank you very much. When in the KLR we get out bush, we'll just head out the back of Mundaring and we'll get lost. And then once we want to go home, we check in the phone and that tells you where to go, GPS, get home. But yeah, there's a lot of places to ride off-road around Perth. And I broke my ribs a while ago and then COVID happened. So I haven't been riding off-road as much as I'd like, but I have been. And
that was one of my other questions about crashing your bike, but
yeah, that's in my intro if you check out the videos. Yeah, I rode home from there, but I was in a bit of pain. But yeah, there's a lot of places in the Octane. I just like getting anything that's nice, windy roads. That's a lot of fun in there. It was built for windy roads. It was built for Pikes Peak.
Your new video you got has got some good action of
traffic.
The one that'll be out tomorrow.
Yeah, a bit of traffic.
Yeah,
I like playing the traffic. People say that the freeway's boring to ride on, but for me, no, it's a lot of fun.
Cool. I'll go to you, Craig, with the most interesting. I haven't found a great deal of stuff like. I sort of only got really into it the last few months, I suppose. But Michael and I, and Dad and I, and Jarvis and Kai, we've all had our fair share of metal detecting around. I think my favourite one out of all of them.
Pretty cool.
Pretty sure it's
1987.
I'm pretty sure I found it once before. 1920 something. It's a penny, and we found that at a World War II army camp in
there we go.
What was it called? Island Point, which is just south of where I live. It's an old army camp that the
cavalry.
Yeah, the light horse trail, the light horsemen. I can't even. Sorry,
horse brigade.
Whatever they are. They're army dudes. They were camped up there, and they were protecting our south coast from pretty much from Island Point all the way down to. No, it was, I think, Binningup might have been, or it might have been to Bunbury. But yeah, they were in that area anyway back in the 1920s. And this is a penny that was shot. I'm guessing it's probably by one of these 304s, I think, because they're the 308s are the newer ones, and I'm pretty sure it's a 304 or 303. I don't know.
303, I think.
Yeah, but that's been shot 3 times by a bullet. Well, bullets, and I would have said they would have probably had it in a tree, and they shot it. It would have fallen down, and they might have shot it again, or they've shot it and it stayed in the tree, probably wedged in the tree, and they shot it again. So that's pretty good marksmanship from a soldier shooting a penny. So I think that's my favourite. And the bullets, so just old army bullets. This one's supposed to be from dated back to but just on the early 1900s. You can't really see it, but I'll try to show a little bit of it. It's not that interesting, it's just a bullet. And I was metal detecting in an Aboriginal massacre site in Pinjarra, and I found this little lead seal, and that says GPO, which is General Post Office of Australia, or General Post Office, and it's stamped with the crown. And apparently that's how they used to detect their, protect the mail back in the old days. And they would get their mail bags and then have a wire around them, and they'd crimp it and have a lead seal on it. And if that lead seal was broken, it meant someone was tampering with the mail. And and a few other things. I went metal detecting with Levi, and we found this little brooch, and it was just a little bird. And that was pretty cool. So yeah, but like I said, I haven't found a great deal of things on my metal detector because I've only just started getting into it. But my old man and my brother and that, they find heaps gold, so that's pretty cool.
But you can see up here, guys, there's all up here, all bottles that he's found, and on this side as well, there's a few. And there's they spend a lot of time out in the bush. Can I show you? Yeah, that's all the bottles and everything up there. Heaps of bottles,
rocks, coins, loads of coins I collected, and all the bottles that we found up the top. There's just thousands of them. So yeah, I think maybe that one's probably one of the best ones I found. Actually, is one of the last videos I did was finding the bottles. Went up to Dwelling Up with my mate Levi, and we went bottle collecting, and then we found the 2 old coins and the bottles. So that was pretty cool.
Hoopers Mayhem Aussie Style, guys. So yeah, subscribe. He's how far away from?
So I'm at 826, I think it was last time I checked.
Yeah, so
somewhere there. Not much more to go.
174 to go.
Yeah. I can't get it on here, but
and there really is some interesting stuff on there, guys. He's a bit of a jack of all trades. He's quite won't talk himself up, but there's a lot of different stuff up there, and these guys are squeezing into caves. And I work underground, but I probably shouldn't admit this in case Big Brother takes over or something, but that's one of my big fears, getting stuck in a little spot. And these guys are crawling through. It's yeah. Did you ever see that the movie 33 of the miners that was stuck in Chile?
Chile, yeah, I have. What was the other one we watched on YouTube not long ago? There's a bloke. Unfortunately, he died in the cave, but he got stuck in. Yeah, he went down this little tiny thing, and he was meant to go somewhere to find this drop, but he went down, and then he ended up going down this thing that sort of turned that way, and he got stuck upside down, and he fell and slid, basically wedged him in, and the rescue team couldn't even pull him out. He died.
It just getting narrower and narrower, and he thought he'd keep going a little bit further, and then until he couldn't. Once he got past his ribs, he was.
I think what happened is he sucked in.
Yeah.
And he slid, and then that was it. He couldn't, because his chest had already collapsed in a bit, and he pretty much wedged as far as, and they couldn't get him out. So, and apparently to this day, his body's still in the cave, and they've closed up the cave, so you can't even go there anymore. But that's on YouTube. That's a pretty cool video. So that kind of threw me off a little bit. But
that's very rare.
Yeah, it threw me off a tiny bit, but I don't get scared when I go in the caves.
Yeah, the reason I mentioned the 33 movie is I saw it through the Chilean embassy. They had a preview before it was at the movies, and they actually had the little cage that they brought him up from underground in, and man, I got in that thing.
We got one here from Craig. It's where's your favourite place you've been to on your bikes?
Favourite place I've been to, man, I've been all around the world. Every tattoo in this arm's done in a different country. I've ridden all over the world, and picking a favourite place is impossible. But one of my favourite rides around here is the Bullsbrook to Chittering Road, which I actually did a video on. If you check in, Did Someone Shoot at Me video, and that's my favourite road around here. Nice sweeping turns. A lot of people like to do these hairpin bends where you got to drop down into second gear, but for me that's boring. I like a road that you can do in top gear, but just on those bends you drop it down into fifth, pull through, just unbelievable. I haven't got my boots with me today, but the heel of my boots is on a big angle from dragging it at 120 k's. And speaking of which, yesterday I was dragging my boot on the freeway and I hit one of those cat's eyes with my heel. Man, that hurt. Don't do that. That hurt. Still bruised a bit underneath there.
Yep.
Through my boot.
I used to do it. We used to ride up the bush with my mate Scotty. We used to just ride sand shoes, and I can't remember who did it, but someone hit a branch and it went straight through their shoe, straight into their in between the webbing of their toes. So.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times.
That's why you wear boots, isn't it? Yeah.
Down the hill without,
Brian, when are you going to finish your Tirana hoops? Who knows? Well, I'll turn 40 next year, and Jackie said that it'd be cool for me to have my Tirana finished for my 40th birthday, but I can't see it happening. Who knows? Maybe if I can afford to get it. The paint job's probably the last. Like I've done a lot of body work to the car, and it's probably almost sort of ready to start finishing the body work to get it painted. All the brand new. I've got a whole brand new interior and everything, so that's all ready to go. So it's just a matter of doing that and the engine. I'm not very engine. I don't know what the word is, but I'm not good with motors. So I'm hoping I can get someone to help me with that, and we're going to rebuild it and whack it back in there, and it should be going. But yeah, maybe by my 40th birthday, so a year's time. I'm nearly 39. My birthday's on the 8th, and it's the 1st today, so a couple more days and it'll be my birthday. But a years from now, hopefully I'll be dropping a big burnout out the front.
And speaking about doing up your cars, a lot easier than actually doing it. I sold the HR. For you guys that followed my old channel, you would have seen a lot of videos of the HR and car shows and things, but it's time, effort, finding things that you need. They're old cars, and I swapped the HR for an LJ.
Oh,
yeah,
true.
and the LJ my grandmother had bought brand new. So
wow.
Yeah, but yeah, it's a lot of work involved in doing up cars. And we had so many regos with all the bikes, the car, the boat. The missus said we need less regos, so the boat went. That was the boat rego.
The boat.
It was a very expensive lawn.
That's your wife, sorry.
But that was two
Nice
regos.
knowing
The boat and the trailer, so that's two regos gone there. And the choice of getting rid of the cars or getting rid of the HR went. And I went to a mate of mine who's same as you, man. He's rubbed it down. It's sitting in the carport waiting for paint in the garage, weather-tight garage.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of work doing up cars.
It is.
It's constant. Even when you think it's ready, there's always little things going wrong, and it's constant.
Yeah, you see it on like TV shows, and they just smash out these cars. But to be honest, like I don't know how many hours I've spent sitting on the sander, sanding that car down. It takes forever. Like it is painful. I've had the kids out there helping me. Like we set up a big day where the kids just came out and they all got an electric sander each, and yeah, it's just been an ongoing thing for years. It's really hard. So,
and a lot of people swear by sandblasting and acid blasting, but it doesn't matter how well you clean it. From my experience, you're always finding little bits of sand in your paint. And it's the way you've done it, hand rub downs. That's really how it should be done.
I learned heaps off Joe. Like Joe's an absolute champion. He's old school, and he's won a heap of awards, and he's an airbrush artist as well. And he's going to do some cool airbrush underneath the bonnet, like just subtle ones. We want to keep it looking exactly like a Tirana would do, but yeah, we got some little ones. We got some more questions up there, eh?
Yeah.
What's your least favourite bike and why?
I didn't want to say so, but the R1. And that's not because it's a bad bike. It's an amazing bike, but just its riding style, you're always sore up here. And most sports bikes, when you ride over the tank, when you first start riding that bike, you will get sore here, but you get used to it.
What's the R1? Who's that?
That's Yamaha.
Yamaha, okay.
Beautiful, beautiful bikes. Please don't get me wrong. It's just, they've got those handlebars that come out and then down, and it doesn't matter how long you ride, then you're getting that pain in here. And
is that like how the cafe races are like that, eh?
Yeah, but it's not as like the cafe races. I'm exaggerating them, but man, that's an amazing bike. R1 riders out there, don't get me wrong. It's an amazing bike, but it's just for me that the Indian Scout Bobber. When I put the octane in for services and things, I'll always get one of their loaner bikes. So I've ridden the bike that Pink rode when she was in Perth. I rode that before she did. So she was just copying me. But the Bobber, it's got the front controls are brought back a bit, and it's got drag bars, and just the way it was, I rode home and had a sore back. So normally I do 200 or 300 Ks in a day on their loaner bikes, but this one I just rode at home, rode it back that afternoon. But that's just, again, both of them, nothing wrong with the bikes, just the riding style didn't suit me. But every other bike I've loved. Every other bike in my life I've loved.
Hey Stephen, did you say it was the first pinch and a punch for the first day in Monday?
You got me. There we are.
Your dad needs to teach her to throw a punch.
She's obviously not that hard.
Pinch and a thumb.
Otherwise, she goes all in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know, yeah. She's landing to me a couple times. Yeah.
Okay,
You got
so
muscles on top of your muscles.
Yeah.
I got one here from Wild Survival. Hey guys, from Wild Survival, check him out on Instagram. And what words do you guys live by? I don't know. My one I always use is peace out, stay moist. Morning other dumb things. Peace out, stay moist. And always get comments on that one of why my brother actually reckons people unsubscribe from me because of that, stay moist, and it's a horrible word. It's a funny word that my friends used to say to us when we used to always see each other, and it just meant stay hydrated. So I don't know, you can take it however you want, but that's not the way I sort of seen it because we used to always party a lot and drink like fishes, and it was sort of just when you're recovering, stay moist. So peace out, maybe. What about you got one?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Yeah,
¿Por qué no? ¿Por qué no? Why not?
Oh, yeah, he's speaking Spanish.
My wife's Colombian.
Colombian. Oh yeah.
You'll see a bit of her on my channel, but she's a bit shy. She doesn't. I'm trying to get her. A big thing for you guys out there that want to do YouTube: sit in front of your camera 5 minutes a day for 2 weeks. Talk to the camera, and once you've done that 2 weeks, go and sit in a coffee shop and do it. So you're doing it in front of people, and it really, really helps. And I've been nagging her.
I don't think I could even do that.
It just takes time. For me, I'm more comfortable in front of the camera than I am in front of people because I can just talk. But that's pretty rare. Most people have a lot of trouble with the camera.
For sure. Did that answer your question, Wild Survival? I don't know. You didn't answer it. What's your word you live by?
Yeah, just be happy. That's it. I just want everyone around me to have fun. I've always got a smile on my face, or try to.
Yeah.
And it's I try to make everyone around me as comfortable as I can.
Yeah, that's it.
I think respect is the biggest
Respect,
one.
yeah.
Like everyone else, respect yourself.
Okay, cool. I'll try that. Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
What are we trying?
We must be talking about the 5 minutes in front of the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I'm guessing that's what it's up.
Yeah. No worries, buddy. All good. Hopefully, like all these people that are coming up, if I give you a shout out, everyone else jump on there and support these guys because like this is how all of this stuff works. All these other big guys didn't make it there as far as they have by not sharing and helping other people out. So that's the way to do it. It's just spread the word and get on it.
Yeah.
And the camera.
My subscribers are letting us down a bit here. No questions, but
come on, Mad Dog Adventure subscribers.
Come on, guys. Ask us something, Ryan, if you're still there.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about your trip, Paul.
My trip. So it's supposed to be March 2021. We've been planning this for 2 years, and but I've just changed at work my time off because it's not going to happen. Coronavirus. It was really, really hard to do this, but we had to bite the bullet and decide. But so now it's March 2022. But the silver lining is I get to save more. I'll have more holidays owed from work, and but I'm flying the KLR into Bangladesh, Dhaka, and I'm going to spend 7 months riding from there to Mongolia. So I'll do the northeastern states of India for a month. I'll do Nepal and the northern states of India for another month. And by then, whispering behind me there.
All right.
But, yeah, it's all right. By then, the Ladakh Loop will be open in Punjab and Kashmir, and that's the highest, second highest, and third highest motorable mountain passes in the world. And yeah, that'll be that's pretty bad in winter, but that'll middle of May, beginning of June, that'll be open. And then into Pakistan, up the Karakoram Highway into China, 5 days across China into Kyrgyzstan, across Kyrgyzstan, then down into the western border of Tajikistan. Then I'll do the Pamir Highway, the Batung Valley in Tajikistan, back into Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, across Russia into Mongolia, across the Moby Desert, and come home from Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia. And the end isn't set. If something happens, if I run out of time or there's a civil war or something, I can go wherever I want. And it's but that's.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
You've got to be watching yourself as you're traveling along those Kastan places. You might get shot at. So.
That's why they call me Mad Dog. There's a couple of guys, a guy and a girl, that drove a full drive, a Land Cruiser from Perth, and they were heading for London, but they got arrested in Iran. And
it's not the one on biodiesel, is it?
No.
These guys,
the Way Overland. Check them out, guys. They've done some great stuff. They've just started releasing their older stuff again, because when they got to Iran, that stopped everything. Man, I think they spent 3 months in prison. And from what I gather, what I've been led to believe, there's an Iranian ambassador got arrested for spying in Australia, and these guys got caught up in a little Game of Thrones. It just happened to be that same week they got arrested. And but check out then Overland, the Way Overland. It's really quite interesting if you're into full driving, if you're into traveling really at all. But they really do it well.
Sounds like a pretty good trip anyway. I'm pretty jealous.
I'm
pretty awesome.
I'm excited. And I'll tell you, the girl had the paperwork, because work's given me 7 months off to do this. They're helping as much as they can, and she had the paperwork for 2021. She said, "Should I throw this out?" I couldn't say the words. Yeah, throw it out.
Is that a long service?
No, they're just giving me the time off. It's time without pay, but I would have had enough holidays to pay the mortgage when I was away, so I wouldn't have had to worry about that. But now I'm going to have an extra year's worth of holidays. Yeah. I'll have an extra year's worth of savings, so it's not a bad thing. But I just want to go, man. It's been a long time, know. Yeah, exactly. It's been a long time.
From what I remember, you started doing this channel was to
promote for that. That's the idea.
What's coming up on
to
your
build a base.
Yeah.
A good YouTube channel will grow organically, but you've got to have a base for it to grow. And that was the whole idea of this, or doing these trips around Perth and everything, which we were supposed to be going to Southeast Asia and things, but to build the channel, but coronavirus again. And there's you can't get angry at anyone. There's no one to blame. So it's not like someone's come and broken into your house and stolen my trip. You can't get angry at anyone. Yeah. So you just got to accept it. And but it's build a base hopefully, and then when I go from that base, we'll grow. And don't tell my work, but I'm hoping that the camera will become my job and I won't have to go back to work. But we've all got our dreams.
There should be a truckie's job going up at Granny Smith pretty soon. So if you all want a job.
Have you been to India before?
No, not since I was a little kid. When I was little, we travelled a lot when I was a kid, but I don't count those trips. But this will be a first. All that area of the world will be a first.
It's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I had a mate who's done 3 months.
Yeah.
Over there, like backpacking, climbing and stuff.
What's your least favourite place you went on your bike?
The least favourite place I went on my bike, well, that would have to be up here when I broke my ribs.
That become the least favourite pretty quickly.
That was, but even that was still fun. That day, we were just in the zone that day, and we were going through patches of sand, and I was sitting on 80 and gunning it to 90 to get through the sand. And this time it didn't work, but that's the
problem when you slow down on
You've
sand.
got the best questions. Best questions.
I was going back to the reason why you started yours up, and the reason I actually, well, obviously I started mine up because I wanted to show people my Tirana, but then it sort of slowed down and I didn't do anything for ages. And then me and the kids were talking, and like Kai wanted to do a YouTube channel and Jarvis wanted to do a YouTube channel, and I was like, I just wanted to show them how easy it was to actually do it, you know, like, so I sat them down and we did a shortcut program together and showed them how to edit it and how to do the tags and things like that. And Kai's pretty much been teaching me along the way now as I go. So he's got his YouTube channel, The Antidote, if you want to jump on Kai, my young son's channel. It's a gaming channel. But yeah, I just wanted to do mine to show them that if you set yourself a goal and you just get out there to achieve it, you just got to keep at it and keep working on it. And look, it's already growing up. It's 800 odd, and I did get a mention there. 800, by the way. Can't wait till it's 1,000. So yeah, appreciate everyone that has subscribed. So yeah,
and g'day, Franco. Franco's watching us.
Franco, what's going on? He's one of our guys from work. He's a legend.
Stephen, I got a question for them. What was their favourite video on both of your channels?
Good idea. One for you guys. Throw up on your message. What was your favourite video on Mad Dog Adventures, and what was your favourite video on Hoopers Mayhem Aussie Style? So whilst you're writing these questions, we got ones here from Michael. Michael, was the tiger shark the biggest thing you've ever caught?
It was probably the biggest one I've ever got to swim back. I had bigger, but had to cut them off.
Yeah.
Safely.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the biggest one I've landed. So yeah.
Yeah. Can you guys all hear him from back there? That's the other thing I was going to ask. Yeah.
I had to land it. So
yeah.
Didn't have.
That was the biggest one he's actually landed. So yep. How hard was it to land, then release it?
Pretty hard. It was heavy.
Yeah.
It was like heavy. But not too bad. Like only took about an hour, and it was only on the beach for a minute, and then it was.
You reckon it was up to 300 kilos, but
it was probably a little bit more.
A little bit more. So you can only imagine trying to pull in something that's 300 kilos on a
300 kilos of muscle.
Yeah, what pound line were you using? That was
80 pound.
80 pound. I was thinking 100, but yeah, 80 pound line pulling in a 300 kilo beast.
One of the big boys
was 660 pounds. Is that right? 300 kilos,
2.2. Yeah, right. Yeah. But no, it was pretty heavy, pretty hard.
What was that you were going to say?
The dude who deadlifts, like one of the guys that deadlifts 220 and he couldn't budge it, like 220 kilos.
Yeah.
Couldn't move.
Yeah, he struggled to get it. Yeah, so you all had to jump in and grab it, eh?
That's why we had to use an old piece of rope to try and get it up. We had it slow and couldn't move it.
Yeah.
It was too hard.
And to release like that was pretty easy, eh? Like considering compared to the actual fight, I suppose, hey? Like, and bringing it in just to get it and unhook it.
Well, because it had the line around its tail as well, like not ours, like an old one, and through its gill. So I was trying to cut it in the water, and the shark was rolling. Too dangerous. Had to get it up on the beach so I could get it off and get it back out.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you're supposed to cut your line as soon as you see the shark, but if I had done that, it'd be dead down. The shark wouldn't have survived. So
yeah,
you had to get in there and do it.
Yep, that's why I call you the Shark Whisperer.
That'll be your turn next time.
Yeah,
and I'm glad you explained that because a friend of mine, Ben in Panama, he's a shark warrior.
Yeah,
yeah, he's been on the Rainbow Warrior and things, chasing Japanese whalers. And if he's watching, I'm glad you explained why you did it because he
normally, if it was safe for the shark, I would have cut the line. But just having it tangled up in old rigs, you can't. You know, they had like stainless steel hooks. They're no good for the shark. You have to get them out. I love them. They're not. They're good things. You can't just let something die.
All right, I will point the question up here again. But what's your favourite video from our channels? I haven't got any. Hey,
have you put your blooper one up?
I haven't done a Hooper blooper reel yet. No.
Well, everyone out there, get on to him about it.
Yeah.
We want to see the bloopers
because we got.
There is quite a few Hooper bloopers, and it's not kid friendly. Put it that way. I do have a little bit of a potty mouth sometimes when it comes to things not going my way, but I haven't put them up because I don't tend to swear too much on my channel because I do have a lot of kids subscribers and some awesome young fellas there that I try to inspire, and I do that. But maybe I might post them somewhere one day, but I don't know. But maybe the funny stuff. There's quite a bit of funny stuff that I've done and edited out because I didn't really want to look like a goose, but.
I like the bloopers that you put into the cave video with the Morphet's Cave one.
Oh, the David Attenborough?
Yeah, with where you called Jarvis
a wombat. Yeah, a wombat. Yeah, for David Attenborough. Yeah.
So like a rock on the side next to him.
Yeah, and this is a rock. They are formed by other rocks. Brian, you got something there? No, Franco's good. Good to see you guys collaborate together. Yeah, high five. Yeah. Collaboration, that's the way. That's the key.
And the whole idea is to build each other's subscribers from each other. So, yeah, Hoopers Mayhem Aussie Style, guys. Get in there.
Mad Dogs Adventures. So that's pretty cool. We got He Likes the Cheese vid and the Ghillie Suit, and your cave ones are good too. Brian, you like every single video I do. That's because you're a friggin' awesome dude. So they're all pretty good, yeah. I do appreciate it. He's probably been one of my biggest supporters since the start, actually, before I used to work with him. So he's an absolute legend.
He's an impressive guy, Steve Hoops. He's the stuff he does. And he knows everything. I know nothing. I know how to stick my finger out on the side of the road and get places. That's about it.
I know everything. This guy here has been my biggest one. Like, the things that I don't know, he knows everything about. It's crazy. Like, and the amount of knowledge this guy's got is unbelievable. Like, wouldn't have been able to do it without the help of you. And
it's just fun getting out, really.
Yeah, it's just fun getting out.
Doing
things. Yeah. We're doing it now, but we could be sitting inside all day watching TV, sitting on our butts. But it's like when you look out there, just across the road from my house is the bush. Like, you can't get any better than the bush. I was brought up pretty much the bush every weekend with my granddad and all my uncles and aunties. We used to go get wood. We used to do fishing, and he taught me how to catch rabbits and shoot. We used everything, and it's all from our backgrounds. And Michael's the same. He's had sort of the same upbringing and catching our own stuff to eat and providing. So yeah, like you would have seen a video I did before was all my fish that I caught. That's only like probably 1/100th of the fish that I've ever caught over time. That's just ones that I could find and wanted to make a quick video. But that's all from my past, from my granddad and my dad and all my brothers and sisters, and we all used to just do it all together. So yeah.
So guys, sorry, mate. Sorry.
What's this one?
We'll get some more fish too.
I wanted to ask, are we going to get a rock climbing video? Because that photo I've seen of you, that was pretty impressive.
Over summer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the best.
Get Stephen up there as well.
Yeah.
Stephen, I've got a question for you. What was your favourite video of his channel, and what was your favourite video of Hoopers' channel?
That's the one I recently watched. I don't know, because I liked the charity ride he did, and the one. That was the one you got shot at, wasn't it?
No, there was the two.
Oh yeah.
That's a different one.
And even the Kings Park one, I like that too. Because I love Kings Park; it's absolutely beautiful. So I know it's a hard one.
Yeah, Hoopers. It'd have to be the skull one. I thought that one would go viral. I really did. I thought just the fact that it was there.
Well, you guys can help do that. You go and jump on the Skull Cave one and hit the like button, comment on it as well. Because if you comment on it, it actually does something with the algorithm with YouTube and makes it become up the top of help to bring it up to the top of the search.
And that does really work, guys, because there's another Mad Dog Adventures, and I'd be right down below all his stuff. But now his stuff doesn't even rate a mention because of the algorithms. I'm on the top of that list for all my videos. He's way, way, way down the list. So, beauty.
Stephen, when are you going to eat the witchetty grub?
All right, I said to Michael ages ago when we were doing stuff, if we find a wattle tree, we'll dig it up and I'll eat the witchetty grub. And he keeps finding all these bugs and going, oh, that's a witchetty grub. You wanted to eat it. You said you would. But if we find a legit witchetty grub, I'll eat it. But the ones he's showing me are just grubs. They're not witchetty grubs. No, they're not. They're not witchetty grubs. I'll eat a witchetty grub. If you want me to watch, you want me to eat
Anyone
a
out
witchetty
there got
grub,
any
put it
wattle
up there.
trees?
I'll eat it. Someone send me a witchetty grub, I'll eat it.
Yeah, if you've got wattle trees.
Yeah, you got a wattle tree. They live in the roots of wattle trees, so it's a good chance. But the one you found wasn't in a wattle tree. It was just in the sand. It wasn't a freaking witchetty grub. I'm not eating this. I don't know. But yeah, that's to answer that question. When I find one, or when your dad finds a legitimate one, I'll eat the witchetty grub. I'll promise you. All right, cool. I'll pinky swear. All right. Are you gonna eat one with me?
No.
What about you?
Hell no.
You can't eat.
I didn't say it though.
All right.
I didn't say
Someone commented on the one where you made the auger.
Oh, not this. My other one that I made is up here. Yeah. So that's my little mini bushcrafted auger that I made. So, and that's the little wood handle that I turned on the lathe. So you use these in like you get a log of wood, and you can use that to screw in. And what it does is it drills a hole into the wood. All right. Then you unscrew it, and then you use this end, which I've tapered the end off, and you can smack that into a like say if that's your bit of wood, like a branch, you can smack that over it, and what it will do is will cut that into a peg. And then the hole that you drilled and the peg that you made now go inside each other. So you've got two joins of wood, so you can make a survival shelter or bushcraft tables, chairs, all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
I told you, very impressive.
very cool.
yeah, it was good. And yeah, I made that by hand. Well, not the drill bit, but I made it. Just welded it together. It's not that impressive. I'll stop now. But yeah, that's a bushcrafting tool, so it's a pretty handy little tool. Yeah. So yeah, that one
Where's that from?
Catherine,
Oh,
who wood
trade.
chopping and annoying your. Yeah, we used to go. Yeah, that's right. So we were always in the bush wood chopping, and I was always annoying my sister. So yeah, my sister Catherine, she's just jumped on. So yeah,
I got a sister.
That's what,
Catherine, I annoyed her a
yeah,
lot.
that's what sisters are for. But hey, yeah, you got to annoy them. You're lucky you don't have a.
I have two brothers.
Yeah,
Do
so
they
you're
annoy
the
you?
sister.
Yes.
You're the
There you go.
sister.
So it's true. That's what they're for.
And are they older or younger than you?
Connor's younger than me. Blake's older than
But you get them back, don't
me. No.
you? Yes.
Yeah, come
Mum
on.
tells me off.
Oh well. Yeah, true. That's what mums are for. Yeah. What else we got in there?
There's one.
I've got two brothers too, and I'm in the middle. Yeah, that's what I say.
I'm in the
My sister.
middle.
Yeah.
You're in the middle.
Yeah, my sister's just the same as you. I'm her younger brother, and we've got my older brother Rob, and we both used to annoy the living crap out of her.
My sister Catherine's in the middle, and my little sister, but she was more of a tomboy, so she pretty much had two brothers.
Yeah.
She was stuck in the middle. She moved to England and married an Englishman just to get away from us.
It's funny because my sister's married an English man as well, but she hasn't moved.
spelled Catherine the same? No, they spell it different.
Moved away to Lakelands. Don't worry, you will always be the boss. Oh, me? Oh, thanks, Catherine. Oh, I know. Nah, I think she's talking to you. You'll always be the boss.
It was real.
Cross the arms.
What's your next drone? He's just asking which is your next drone you're going to get. I think I haven't got my glasses on.
Oh, when you're doing your next drone shoot.
No.
I don't know. Maybe. No, the weather's pretty crap at the moment. I was hoping to do a fair bit this week, so there it is. There, my little Mavic Mini. I've got the Aussie flag on it, and a little thing. But I don't know, Brian. I'll probably, hopefully, if the weather's good on Monday's crap, so Tuesday probably. But then I fly back to work Wednesday. But yeah, I don't know. Hopefully soon. It gets hard every week. I come home and try to think of places to fly my drone or what to do, and it's getting harder and harder to visit places because I've been there and done it, and there's also places where you can't fly it, and do you need a license to fly this Mavic Mini? No, you don't. So DJI were pretty clever when they invented this one. The rules on these are going to be 250 grams and above.
That's in America, though,
In
guys.
America, yeah, that's
here,
true, yeah.
Here you can fly anything pretty much without a license, but
I have to check up on that one because I don't think it's
yeah,
anything.
these big,
You
massive
still got to get
ones,
your
yeah.
drone pilot license, and we'll go to Ray one day and do a video of him because he's a drone pilot, and we'll let you know and all that. But yeah, so in America, yeah, obviously 250 grams is the legal limit. So DJI decided to be cheeky and they made theirs 249 grams, so people could fly them without having to buy a license. But in saying that, there are laws on drones. You can only fly in certain places. You can't fly around marine life within 30 meters of marine life.
60 meters, yeah, 60
I mean,
meters.
around people, around vehicles, things like that. But you've got an app. I've got it on my phone. I think it's DJI Fly. No, that's the app for the. It's a drone app, so it'll tell you where you're located and whether or not you can actually fly the drone, and it will come up as like a big tick if it's okay to fly, and it'll come up if it's cross, if you like, within an airspace or any kind of restriction. So yeah, it's pretty cool like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I got an app called Guardian, which was recommended to me for by a DJI guy in Kalgoorlie, because I wanted to fly over the super pit, but the whole of Kalgoorlie is a no-fly zone. But he's
I wouldn't have thought you could fly over a mine site anyway without special permission.
I thought I was being smart because there's big signs everywhere saying no drone flying. So I went down the road and was going to take off there and just fly over the top.
Took a photo of your drone like that.
Well, I'm trying to show you how this works, but I think maybe because we're inside, it's because I haven't got my internet turned on. That might be the reason. But anyway, yeah, this gives you maps, and it's got pink where it's caution to fly, red where you're not allowed to fly, and green where you're allowed to fly. And most of Perth is pink, but there's very few places I've been that I haven't been able to fly. Kalgoorlie, Cunderdin, but Cunderdin happens to be at the end of the runway, the town. But
you're not allowed to fly at night either.
Yeah. Between the hours of dusk and dawn, you're not allowed to. I mean, that's the only time you can fly. You need to find some waterfalls. I was talking to my dad the other day, and he knows of a waterfall that he used to go to as a kid. So that's actually a planned trip pretty soon.
I know.
Kat. So Dad, that's you. Dad told me about one that he used to go up when he was a kid. They used to swim in one of the pools. And it's actually a double waterfall. So it falls, and there's a pool, falls, and then there's another pool. So we're going to go hiking through the bush and find that waterfall. So
it's all your tags coming
through. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, Facebookers, I am very, very sorry. I made a heap of posts and I tagged every single one of my friends in the post, and that's because I love you guys. And I wanted to get the video out there so you just actually jump on here and ask some questions and not make it a waste of our time. But it was it's good. Like there's plenty of people asking questions, so that's awesome. So yeah, if you've unfriended me, I'm very sorry. But I did want to promote this as much as I can because I want you guys to help us share the love and promote us and get some cool footage and of us talking. So yeah.
And really today's a learning curve for both of us, just here to work out how to do it. And it's really quite easy. I downloaded a program that I should have been able to use that camera, but for some reason it didn't work. But this is fine. This is fine.
Yeah. Have we got any more questions on there? Not that I can see. No. So ask us again if about the videos. And Jade, I'm pretty sure you've got some cool questions. So I'm going to see if Kai will come and visit us.
That's not his biggest fish, was it?
What was his biggest fish?
I don't know.
You're a natural. You're really good at this.
We'll find out, won't we?
Yeah.
We're going to get
a
him on
YouTube champion.
We're going to get him onto some big ones soon. Hopefully, aren't we? Yeah.
You like fishing? Well, girls are always the best fishermen I know have been girls. And they've always gone out with their dads, and that's where they've learned.
Jade loves it. Yeah. She climbs.
Yeah.
I love going in the cave. No.
Yeah.
We do everything, don't we?
Like I said, the caves, that squished up feeling. That thing where they brought the miners up from the mine, you're in it like this. They would have had to put a handgun in the bottom for me to get in it.
Stephen, what was your biggest fish you caught?
Gosh, I haven't caught many big ones like your dad, but probably more just the salmon.
Sharks?
I haven't caught many sharks before, to be honest. I caught a few in Tassie when I lived over there, but I think the salmon.
He's wiping all the honey off his face.
This is Kai. You would have seen him on a lot of my videos. Anyway, he used to be my son that was smaller than me, but now he's shot up and he's actually taller than me, and I can now borrow his clothes, so that's pretty cool.
And I bought him a couple of jars of honey, and him and his brother get in there with a spoon and eat it by the spoonfuls.
Yeah, that's it. So I thought I'd bring him in and show you guys who he is, and he's a handsome-looking fella, isn't he? Get that from your dad. Yeah.
Standing next to his dad, anyway.
Yeah, come stand next to me, Kai. I can just show him. So he's only 14.
He suddenly got even more handsome.
Yeah. Look,
Huge.
yeah, he's only 14 and he's taller than his dad. So, but Jackie, my wife, she's pretty tall, so they reckon no son will ever be shorter than their mother. So.
How tall was the postman?
Well, yeah, the postman was pretty tall, so yeah. I don't know. That's a good one. It's funny because I always say that about my beard. No one in my family's got a red beard, and I'm like, Mum, was the postman a ginger or what? Because I've got a ginger beard. Anyway, right.
You're going to ask?
What's your favourite crystal that you've got?
Ooh. I reckon that big one is there. This one, because it's massive. So it's a big quartz crystal.
Yeah.
So my friend Levi actually gave me that, and he found that because he used to travel all across Australia and run tours in the old lava tubes in Queensland. And yeah, he's contributed quite a few of these rocks to me, and I've contributed a whole heap back because I did a lot of fossicking on my way over to Tasmania.
And
so
those two are core samples, obviously.
yes, yeah.
Crucifix?
Yeah, so they're from what else? Oh yeah, you've probably seen on my rocks and things anyway on my channel. So that's
Sorry guys, if I had the camera going, I'd be able to lift it up and show you all this. But
yeah,
it's
I could do it on my live feed for my Facebook, but there's not many people watching that one anyway. It's I think 2 people. So, but we've been going for like nearly an hour now. So I don't know. If there's more questions you guys want to ask us, or if we can wrap up, or if we can. Is there anything else that I want to ask you? No, I've actually asked all of my ones. So,
What's your favourite thing to do on your channel, Stephen?
All of it. I like waking up in the morning and going, what are we going to do today? Because there's so many cool things here in Mandurah for us to look at, like caves.
We get up really, really early to film the sunrise.
Yeah.
And Stephen takes the drone up there.
Yeah.
And film it for an hour, and then he realised memory card wasn't in the drone.
Yeah, so that should go on the Hooper Blooper reel. Filming a sunset for an hour, making him get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning to go do it, only to find out after I filmed it that the memory card wasn't in it and didn't film a single thing.
And you know, there's a lot of people that'll spend $700 on the drone, and then they're too tight to buy a memory card, so they're doing it all through their phone, which isn't anywhere near the quality.
That's right. Yep.
It was funny, that.
Yeah.
It was still a really good day, wasn't it?
I like, it was actually. We discovered another. Yeah, those tunnels. You have to check out my channel for these really old limestone hand dug mining tunnels that they did down Lake Preston. They're about 30 meters deep into a side of a hill, and they're just in the middle of the bush, and like nobody really even knows that they're there. But we've discovered 5 or 6 of those now, and they're from like the early 1900s. And it was all hand picked, so you could see the pick marks on the walls, so that was pretty cool. But you would have seen them online, but the guys on Paul's probably haven't. But
you will soon, guys. Hoopers Mayhem Aussie Style.
Yeah, and that was cool. So
find some more
doing adventures like that, like I said, Mandurah's got so many cool things. The caves, there's tunnels, there's cool places to drone fly, there's awesome fishing. So yeah. What about Paul?
I just love to travel anywhere, just being on the road, and I like. This coronavirus thing's reminded me how much I like being on the road, because I've been international traveling for the last 10 years and haven't really done much in Australia, but I just love to travel. I love to travel.
I wish I could travel, but we can't, can we? No. Not yet.
No, not yet.
Printing the front to the first time out there.
Get in there, Clyde.
My parents dragged us around the world when we were kids,
Got
and
any
it was the best thing ever. It was sort of grew us up.
Not really.
Really, that worked all the time.
A lot of things. So
Didn't
don't
have
have
fun
too
with
many
all those.
questions.
Do you enjoy
Mate,
it
don't
when
have
I
it.
do videos with you?
Yeah, I actually do. I really enjoy doing videos with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you actually learn something from me?
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So my wife says I teach him all the bad things. So she's like, "Oh, I can't believe you said that to him." Anyway, I try not to.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoy doing it with you guys. Like I said, I always say that I try to teach you guys the things that I got taught when I was a kid. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
What's that one?
Definitely a different experience each time. I especially love the what's it called metal detecting with you. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Metal
Well, that's what Anna Catherine just said. That she said it's good to see you guys taking the kids out in nature, not just sitting around watching TV or playing games. And that's the reason why I drag you out, because I would much rather you be sitting outside, learning about nature and discovering caves and learning how to be safe and
a big pirate treasure.
And was the ghillie suit as impressive in real life as it looked on film? Was it really hard to find
It
him?
was actually quite difficult.
Yeah.
Only time, I think once I found him, but that was only because he had a couple prick bushes and on his back. That's the only time I could find him.
Yeah.
It was.
I'm scared the crap out of you.
Oh, that's right. You were in that video.
Yeah.
I knew
Michael made that ghillie suit, by the way. It was a handmade ghillie suit made by Michael. Do you want to tell us how you did it?
Not really. It was a long, hard process. There was 30,000 bits of string in it.
Oh, you
And I
put them all through.
individually dyed. I dyed every one and different colours and put them together in groups of 10 and put them on, tied them up.
And it's not just the jumper too, jumper and pants. So it's like a big thing. We've got the netting up there. We're going to make one. Well, I'm going to make one day if I can get
I
around.
saw the look of horror on your face there.
His thing was, can you make me one? It took about 10 days.
Yeah, then he kind of backtracked a bit after realising how long it takes to make one. And he's like, maybe you should make one. I've got the materials
I
still.
reckon we can do it quicker.
Yeah.
I reckon if you both do it and like put like 20,000 one of you and then
Well,
10,000.
that's what we have kids for.
And then
Yeah, so he can do the 20,000. I'll do the 10.
No, we've got kids.
Oh, yeah.
They should be doing
You
it.
can.
I'll
So
be,
you can
I'll
do
be
10.
pulling out the
Kai
10.
can do 10, and Jarvis can do the other 10.
And
Nah.
we'll supervise.
Yeah.
Sure, but
Well,
you
this
guys have
in
to
a
dye
cage.
it.
Yeah.
In a cage.
You two will dye it.
Yeah, we'll die. That's
And
all
then
right.
put
That's
the
the easy
stuff
job.
And then
Just
you
pour
can tie
liquid in.
them on.
No, that's what we're saying. You guys have got time.
No, we'll pull the thread out.
No.
But yeah, it was very like you did. It was pretty cool. The
Yeah,
first
how the
one I
video
did,
looks, the
we
video.
did that in like really green. That was up at the Amorphous Cave. We did it around that hill. It didn't blend in too much there because it was just 4-leaf clover kind of grass. So it's like a real bright green. But when you go out into the bush, like the bush
Yeah, we
just
have a
behind
bush
my
behind
house
us.
here,
Oh,
you blend in like anything. You can't really
I
even
took the
tell.
colours from the bush down the road.
Mm.
So there it worked really well.
So you did it individually,
Like,
dyed each piece.
well, I put them in groups, dyed them, and cut them. And then,
Yeah. Yeah, so what he did is he actually took samples of the branches and leaves and things like that, and then he took them into the fabric place, Spotlight,
I took them home and just
Took
did
'em home.
my airbrush paint and worked out the dye.
worked out what colours they were, and then he got the dyes, and then dyed each individual strand. It's Hessian, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah, Hessian in big drums, and then you let it to dry, and then you chop it all up and tie it onto the suit. So that's pretty cool.
It is pretty funny, guys. Check out the video.
Yeah,
Jumping out, scaring the kids.
yeah.
Me
It was actually
crazy.
hide and seek. Gilly's suit hide and seek with the kids or something, I think it was. So we were playing hide and seek. I'd go and hide in the bush, and I'd yell out, "I'm ready," and then they'd have to come and see if they could actually find me. So a few times I actually,
If you didn't give us like hint, we wouldn't know.
yeah, that's
First
right.
time he scared me.
Yeah, and Jarvis walked literally probably from me to Kiowa, like about a meter away, and he was standing there talking, and he didn't even know I was there, and that was pretty cool. So it does work. It's really cool. So yeah.
Yeah.
We got some Shane, the shark caver. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. The lime tunnels are pretty cool. I found that cache some years. Oh yeah. So all the limestone tunnels, and I think now the Morford's Cave we found geocache, and they're just
Oh, yeah.
you can log online to go onto geocache.com, I think it is. And what it does is it gives you a GPS location, Doesn't tell you exactly what it is, but sort of gives you a general area. But when you get to that location, you got to then scout around and try to find what they call a geocation. What it is, people leave little tiny plastic containers, or it could be a little magnet or whatever. And what they do is they have a little piece of paper in there, and you sign your name saying Stephen and Kai. We've done it a few times. Stephen and Kai found this cache on the 8th of the 10th, blah, blah, blah. And then what you're supposed to do is leave something behind with it. So like you might have I think in the geocache at the Morphets cave, I found an old stalagmite that it was on the bottom of the cave. I didn't break it, by the way. It was just found on the bottom. And I left that in the little container, and the actual geocache is on the top. So people don't have to go all the way to the bottom to have a look and can see a stalagmite. Yeah. So yeah, that one was cool. And we found one at the lime tunnels, and that's what he's talking about. He's actually found that before we did. And he signed in it, so that's pretty cool. And have you given any thought to a drone update? The Mini is good for what it is, but has some limitations. By the way, the new Mini 2 is due for imminent release. I don't want to get the Mini 2 because I'm pretty sure it's exactly the bloody same.
Also,
so from what I've seen, anyway.
Also, the weight you need a.
Yeah, you need a heavier. So yeah, we are. We're gonna get probably a Phantom 4, or we're gonna get made one and get a gimbal on it to drop our baits out shark fishing, so that way we don't have to kayak them out or boat them out. And
there is rumours that the Mini 2 you'll be able to shoot in RAW, which for photographers out there editing JPEG's a really compressed file, but a RAW file is exactly what the camera sees. And when you're editing with RAW, it's amazing the stuff you can do. Nothing you see these days is real anymore.
But I don't think it's got anything different other than that, eh? Like, I'm pretty sure it doesn't have the follow me or
it's
all
all
those
just
things that
rumours
DJI have got. Yeah, that's right. So I don't want, like, I've got the Mini. It's good for what I do for now, for just the small stuff. But yeah, we want to get a bigger drone. We will upgrade. Like I said, I'll do a video later with my mate Ray. He's a professional drone flyer, and he's a racer, and he builds his own drones. And I've been talking to him about building us a drone, maybe a freestyle drone, and get an attachment with the gimbal on it to take like big chunks of mullet out and fly it out on the beach and go out the back. You need to be about 150 odd meters offshore for these sharks, so that'll be cool for that. But
it's coming up to spinner shark.
Hey,
don't forget to mention the little one, like little sharks that we're after spinning.
No.
The little whalers.
Oh, bronze whalers, yeah.
No, they're like different, but they're a whaler.
All right.
And they're really common. They're like a school shark.
Mm. Yeah, we're not out there to get tiger sharks, but it just happened he got a tiger shark. We want to get the different sharks.
Start herding it.
Yeah. But that's the idea, is to get a bigger drone, and we'll probably get the Phantom 4 because they're going pretty cheap nowadays, and they've got you can buy the little quick release bait things on it. So yeah, that answers that question. So, yep.
And for me, if I was going on the trip tomorrow, I'd be getting a Mavic Air 2, because that can follow me at nearly 70 kilometres an hour on the bike. It's got half an hour per battery, so I can just be whizzing through the desert. It's got the crash avoidance, so if I don't have to worry, which that's the problem. If they had follow me on the Mini, it's got no crash avoidance, so it'll be like that scene out of Running on Empty with the old blind guy driving through the desert. And
the only thing it does have is the sensors on the bottom.
On the bottom, yeah.
So it's got those little sensors there, and that just basically stops it. Whereas the Air 2 has sensors on the side, and so it will detect if you're here. So yeah, that's what he's talking about.
By the time I leave, technology is going to be so advanced. It might be an Air 5 by then. They change so quick.
That's true.
But yeah, if I was going tomorrow, it'd be an Air 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I've upgraded my Spark to the MA2. There, it's nothing short of a weapon.
Yeah, I didn't want to spend all that money straight away. I wanted to learn a bit on the Mini, but the Mini's a surprisingly good little machine. They say it can't fly and wind, but it handles the wind pretty well. It's the only reason I'll upgrade is for the follow me. I want to be riding off cliffs in the Himalayas with a drone just following me along the cliffs.
I hope you're not off the cliff.
Yeah. Well, that'll get me subscribers.
Yeah.
pay the missus mortgage. She'll be happy for 2 hours.
Yeah. Ginger Ninja, I got a comment from my sister. Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, I appreciate it. She's a hairdresser, by the way, and you could probably dye my beard. You should get Levi to come do a video with you about your rocks. Yeah, that's a good one because my mate Levi, the one I did the bottles with, he's actually a geologist, so he's going to come and actually I don't know what the word is, notarize or document maybe or whatever. He's going to write all the things down and put little things up there so I can actually tell everyone what they are. But yeah, we'll do a video with him doing it, so that'd be even better. It's great to watch you guys take. Yeah, done that one. Have you given any thought? Yeah, done that one. How long can you fly your drone for? So half an hour, usually about.
That's in cinematic mode and
perfect weather. And no wind. Yeah. I get about probably between 25 minutes, I reckon. I've got 4 batteries, so I can just interchange them and keep going. But I notice with mine settings, when it gets to 20% battery, it tries to return home, but I just keep cancelling that until it's almost dead. But I fly my drone pretty close at that stage. If it's 20% and it's miles away, I'll make it return home, and then I'll just sort of hang it around me. But yeah, that you get about half an hour, 20 minutes, 25 minutes.
The worst return to home I've had, I was filming that whale in Esperance, and I was just following this whale around, and all of a sudden, beep, 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 and the drone came back by itself. That was pretty disappointing. I had a grin on my face that day. Yeah. That'd be the favourite thing I've filmed of everything I've filmed was catching this whale. You watch the Esperance video. We searched for we're hunting whales, it's called. Yeah. And I spent 3 days, I think, searching for whales. And on my last day, I'd given up. And there was one right next to the shore. That was.
You even bought some binoculars.
Yeah.
He was telling me he bought some binoculars just so he could try and physically see these whales out and right out. And then turned out the whale was like right next there, so he didn't even need the binoculars. But yeah,
the reason I got it, the binoculars, because I kept sending the drone out to what I thought was whales, and it was just a bit of reef sticking its head out of making a bit of change in the water. So yeah, I went and bought, and they're pretty good binoculars though.
I actually had a look at them yesterday, I think it was, and they are really good. You got some good ones too, the Natural Geographic. Did you end up changing their ones back?
No, not yet. I'll take it in there.
Yeah, but he's got some Natural Geographic ones that we use. They hard to use? Are you talking about the drones? Nah, easy.
It's so easy, surprisingly easy.
Yeah, they are really easy.
I had a little $25 one from Kmart that I thought I'd get to learn. That thing was so hard to master. And then you get on the Mini.
You good?
Yeah. You don't even really have to think about it. It just flies. It's amazing.
Stephen,
easy.
Which one is your favourite bottle that you found?
My favourite bottle was actually one that my granddad, because my granddad used to collect them, and when he died, he passed down his bottles to me, and I believe.
While he's looking, I used to have a boss, Steve Millwood from Millwood Surveys, and we were out in the bush doing mining surveying. We'd spend more time looking for bottles. His whole house had shelves along the walls all full of bottles. They were worth more than his whole house, and there's some quite valuable.
I think it was that one. I think that one's the one my granddad gave me. And I think it's more just because it's sentimental. But they do reckon blues and green bottles are the more collectible. The greens are actually more collectible.
That one's a poison bottle, I think. So it's naturally been made blue. So it's poison bottle. Yeah. But what they're talking about, them being more valuable. I think that big one up there might be an example of this one. No, the big blue one there. That's actually started white. So it's been out in the sun, and the sun's made it go blue. And the reason they're more valuable is because they've been in everyone's sight, and no one's found them, so they've been somewhere really remote. Like a lot of guys will get the white bottles, like the marble bottles, and they'll stick them on their roof, and they'll have a piece of the tin on the roof chromed, and they'll have these bottles sitting there. So in a few months they'll go green or they'll go purple, and that doubles or triples the value. Because,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Steve taught me a lot about bottles. We spent a lot of time digging. They go out into the rubbish tip in Kalgoorlie, and they peg the lots off like 10-metre lots, and they reach in a hat to whoever gets a lot, and then they'll get a dozer going through and just taking the top off, and anything that's in the dozer, you know what it's called, but the stuff you're pushing up, people just running in grabbing those bottles, but
Oh.
everything else is in your little plot.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah, it's a pretty big thing, bottle collecting.
Yeah, well, ever since I posted my one, and I couldn't believe how popular it was. It actually went pretty quick and pretty big from that post. So yeah.
So that's what I'm talking about. That one's been sitting out in the sun, so that's why it's gone green like that. So that would be 2 or 3 times as valuable as that one if it was white, because it hasn't been buried in the ground and hidden. It's been sitting out in the sun for.
Oh no, that one's sort of gone greenish too, eh? Yeah. Same. I do have a few of those ink pot ones.
This is an impressive house,
That's
guys.
an old ink
A
pot
lot
one.
of stuff around there. And his backyard, which I'll show you in the video I made yesterday, but it's being released tomorrow. I'll do a bit of a film in his backyard. He's built all his own stuff. It's really is quite impressive. But anything else?
What editing program do you use? I don't know about. Well, Paul can answer his one in a second, but I just use Shotcut. So it's called Shotcut, SHOTCUT.
It's a free editing software.
Yeah, free edit. And this guy is the champion. And like he
No.
teaches me how to use it half the time. But yeah, sit down. It's so awkward. Yeah, Shotcut it's called, and it's a free download off the internet, and yeah, simple and easy to use, and
It's fun too.
yeah, it's pretty much the same as every other one except it's free. But over to you.
I'm studying media so I can learn how to do this properly for the big trip, and I've gone with Premiere Pro. I've got the whole Adobe range, but which is normally it cost $88 a month, which I don't know how anyone affords that if they're not a business. But because I'm a student with LCA, I get it $19 a month for everything, and that's Lightroom, Illustrator, Photoshop, the Premiere Pro, obviously, and there's stuff in that
I love
range that I
Illustrator.
don't even know. Sorry,
Illustrator is probably
Yeah,
one of my
yeah,
favorite
yeah.
from Adobe.
I'm still. I haven't even really played with Illustrator much, but
Illustrator is like a Photoshop, but it's vector instead of BMPs and all those sorts of. But it's
And-
vector files.
But I'm learning, and like some of the photos I've had of yours that I've just taken off Facebook, which is really compressed. That's a lot more compressed than JPEG.
Yeah.
But I've really changed them and brought out the shadows and things. It's a lot of fun editing. But like I said earlier on, nothing you see these days is real. It's
I'd love
all-
to do that course. Like because I have no idea. When I take a photo, I end up putting it up the way it is, and then I have no idea how to adjust the lights and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool that you can do that, because I think that's something that's be awesome. to
Lost
learn.
Creator Academy, guys. It's part of Lost LeBlanc. He was one of the original travel vloggers. Just went around with a GoPro 4. He's been doing it 7 or 8 years. And yeah, I joined his. I was one of the first people to join when he started the academy. But there's a lot of free stuff in there as well. You don't have to pay. He does a lot of free tutorials. So you can learn all the basic stuff of editing and everything without having to pay. And it's really very...
We got another one from It's What You Do. What sort of range do you get from your drone? I haven't tested that theory out, because you're supposed to fly your drones within line of sight of yourself. But if you go onto YouTube and type it up, Mavic Mini range, they actually get about 3Ks, and you can get range extenders for your controller. So where your controller is, and anyway, they basically slip over the top of your antennas here, and it gives you an extension of your range. So whilst you're flying it, it boosts out the signal to your drone. But like I said, it's not supposed to fly it out of line of sight, but they do have a pretty big, impressive range. I know for a fact it goes at least a K. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you watch the video on the thing that a boat gets it to like 3.8 kilometers away, which is massive. That's like, I could fly it to the beach and back from here. I think we're about 1.5 Ks from the beach here. So we could fly it over the beach, check out what the swell's doing, fly it back home. Probably all before the battery went flat, hopefully.
But I've had it to the end of Bustleton Jetty, which is a K long, I think, and back, and still had plenty of battery left.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So yeah, they do go pretty pretty far. I'm pretty impressed with him, actually. I'm late as usual. Good on you, Stephen. Must be a Stephen thing because I'm always late too. Stephen Lenz, that is, guys, so check him out as well. Mike Elliott, got us split, lads. What a pleasant surprise. See you soon. See you, buddy. Thanks for oh, that's Mike Elliott from work. I'm pretty sure it is Mick. I don't know, maybe. If not, hello, Mike Elliott. That's not from my work, but I'm pretty sure that is from our work. I hope that cheese comes out good from Steve. So, yeah, so do I. And my mum and dad actually want to come over next break and test it as well because I did that with my cherry wood, and I want to try and do it again and do some more. Got to go, guys. Thank you all. Have a good night and stay moist. Good on you, Wild Survival. Thanks.
Yeah, we've been here for an hour and 20 minutes, guys. I think it might be time to start thinking about saying goodbye, unless anyone else has got any questions.
Yeah.
We'll just...
So you want to throw up some quick questions now? Michael's still just hiding around the corner. Jada's here. Can you have a question for Kai and his YouTube channel? We haven't talked about that, but he's got a gaming channel called The Antidote. And Kai absolutely loves his gaming, and he's built his own computer, which we did a video actually on my YouTube channel of us building his. We built your gaming video on gaming computer on his channel, on my channel. He's got that. So jump on. We'll probably see if we can put links to all of these other guys that I'm mentioning here, and obviously you already know Paul's, but we've got to put a link for that one. And all our Instagram accounts and all that. But, yeah, so go and check out The Antidote. And,
And I'll put a link to the LCA that I was just talking about, the Lost Creator Academy. Yeah. And like I said, guys, you don't have to pay. There's a whole series of free videos that Christian does. And
I've watched a few of them.
Yeah, he's really quite...
It'd be awesome to do that course.
Yeah. It's never ending.
It's all online, hey?
Yeah, it's all online. It's never ending. Every couple of weeks he puts new stuff up. So I get the Premiere discount, Premiere Pro, the Adobe discount forever. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it is. All right, well, we haven't seemed to be getting many other comments. That's pretty much stopped now for a bit. So,
Dad, what is your favorite coin that you have?
I would be able to find it, but it's actually a German coin, and it's got the Nazi symbol on it. And I'm not being racist when I say that, but that's the way the coins were. And it's you might know what the currency is over there. Do you know what currency for Germany is? But it's
marks. I've been to Germany so many times. Deutschmarks.
Yeah. It's an old coin from Germany, but it was. So I don't know when the
Nazi. That's my German tattoo, the Autobahn. This arm, for you guys that don't know, this arm is every tattoo is done in a different country, all means something to that country.
That's cool. Yeah, it's my German coin. I don't know. It's an 19 something, and it was early 19th century.
So it would have been a souvenir from someone in the war. Come back with a souvenir.
No idea. I think I actually found it at a flea market, and I bought a heap of coins, and that coin happened to be in amongst it. And then I did some research on it, and it's actually a pretty rare coin, so I was pretty stoked with that. But I got loads of coins, and there's probably a few grand's worth of collectible ones in there, so that's actually quite a bit.
Also, what is your favorite coin that you've actually got from metal detecting?
Oh, definitely that one, the bullet. Yeah. To have a penny that small, and you know what? They would have been shooting these around the 1940s. Well, I'm pretty sure.
And the 303 was a renownedly inaccurate rifle.
Yeah,
that's pretty impressive.
Well, there you go. But the thing is that I find the most is money was very hard to come by back in the day, and they're shooting.
Oh, pennies,
you know what I mean?
Pennies worth a lot of money, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. It would have been a lot of money, and there they are, just using them as a target practice. So that's pretty cool. What games are the young fellas into?
So what games are on your channel?
I don't. It's kind of random. Terraria is one. Gmod. I haven't played the game in a month or so.
Well, tell them the ones you have done.
Terraria, Gmod, the forest. That's all I can
I
remember.
like the forest one. That was the
Yeah.
survival guy. Hey,
Yeah.
And that's
I'm making
right
that
up my
one.
alley. But yeah, you make a campfire, you build a hut, and
Survive from panels.
survive from cannibals and all that sort of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm planning on making a new one. I don't know when.
Hmm.
When I have a bit more time.
With the fires around here, sorry, man, that was
Yeah.
the next question.
So it's a funny one. That one. We were here, and the fires sort of stopped about. I guess it's probably about 20 k's away. So I mean, we only just sort of got affected by the smoke, but it basically wiped out all of Yarloop, and all my family are from Yarloop. So my cousin Murray, he's in the Coconut Fire Brigade, or Yarloop Fire Brigade. He was there actually defending the fires at the time when the fires came through. So he got affected by it the most, and they actually got trapped on the oval, Yarloop Oval, whilst the whole town around them basically burnt down to nothing, to just vanished. So they had to gather up as many people as they could, well, all the people that were left, onto the oval. And yeah, like I said, the whole town was surrounded by the oval, was on fire, and they pretty much had to wait it out. It didn't cross onto the oval, thank goodness. But yeah, so my cousin was actually awarded like medals and stuff for actually participating in the Yarloop fires. But yeah, it didn't I wasn't too close to any danger. We were a good 20 odd k's away. It did come a fair way, but yeah, so
Very sad
we're
what
pretty
happened
good.
to a whole bunch of homes.
Yeah, Yarloop, that was probably the worst fires we've had in Western Australia.
Yeah, well, Catherine, my sister, she was actually born at the Yarloop hospital, and that's now completely gone.
And my sister, that's, if you watch the Margaret River video, that's, I explained then, but that's where she passed away, was in Yarloop.
Oh wow! There you go. Yeah, it's a pretty sad moment actually, because yeah, I've got so much memory as a kid growing up in Yarloop, going down all the irrigation channels, swimming and cutting through the paddocks, and going visiting all my cousins and catching rabbits down there, and used to send the ferrets down the rabbit holes and things like that down Cooking Up in Yarloop way. So it's a shame to see that it's all gone, but they'll come back from it. They're bouncing back. They're building new houses there now, and yeah, they'll return.
Australian fire's gone heaps down now, which is good.
Yeah, so hopefully we never get that again,
Yeah.
and people will learn from that and do their fire breaks. So.
The fires we had north of Perth, we got Dave Porter. There's a photo of just a giant big wall of fire, and his house looks like a little doll's house behind it, with the fire out the back.
Oh,
That was, yeah.
I actually remember that, yeah.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
Very scary.
Scary.
Yep. So yeah. All right, I think
Maybe it might be time.
Got quite a fair bit of stuff out today, so I really appreciate everyone that has watched, and if you are still watching, an hour and a half into it, so that's pretty bloody awesome. So thank you guys, and like we said before, subscribe to Paul's, Kai's, mine, spread the word, check out these Instagram guys, and then yeah, I really
And
appreciate
we'll
it.
leave links to everything down below.
All right, I'll do mine. Peace out, stay moist.
See you later, guys.
So yeah.
And yep, peace out, stay moist.
Well, that